Good morning. How are we doing? So, what's the latest research on tracking your glucose response to food? Does it work? Is it useful? Well, it might be useful in a few cases, and this has become a big trend at the moment. Let's see what foods are going to suit me better by eating, tracking my blood glucose levels and seeing if they go up or down. Now, there's been many studies on this over the years, and one in particular, 2023, this year, pretty much brand new in terms of studies. They're a very expensive study. They've looked at actually the quality of the measuring of it, which is really important, right? We can make all these assumptions. It's a bit like allergy testing and all that stuff. DNA, we can make all these assumptions based on it, but does the thing we're actually using to test it work? Is it even accurate? Is it repeatable? Is it valid? Or are they just tricking us? Or leading us on through lack of research. And what they found is that using that to track it is a bit like having a baby. You could do the same thing with one baby than the other, as we found out, and we're about to probably find out with the next baby on the way, and you can get different responses. And this is what they found. So you could have the same meal. So the difference and the variability in your glucose response to the same meal was no different to the variation and differences of different meals. So give you an example, if you had a curry at lunchtime and a curry at dinner, your glucose response, any variation would be similar. The variation would be similar to whether you had a curry than you had a jacket potato and salad, whatever. As long as it was similar calories, etc., your glucose variation, the differences were similar. So are we saying that curry is okay? Or are we saying that jacket potato is okay? Or are we saying they're not good? Or are we saying, well, the variation could be random. Whether we had a curry or jacket potato, we could get the same answer. And what I'm saying here is they're not repeatable and the variation is different. It can't be repeated. So where we don't have that data, it would be misleading and actually potentially dangerous in a world where we've got food aversions galore, where we're saying, I can't eat this, I can't eat that, I'm allergic to this, I've got an intolerance to this. We're minimizing how much we can eat, becoming potentially food obsessed at times, which can actually be, one, taking the enjoyment out of food, two, potentially borderlining eating disorders at times. And I would love to know, people with type 1 diabetes, they do it, and they've done it for many years. It's in the NICE guidelines. I remember working back in, when I worked in diabetes for the NHS, public health, people with type 2 diabetes used to ask, why is it not in the NICE guidelines that we track our glucose levels? And they said for this reason, is that it doesn't make as much difference as people think on certain medications. And unless you're taking insulin or something that stimulates insulin, which obviously lowers your blood sugar level, it's not that helpful. And we've known that for years. That's been like concrete advice. Yet now we're telling people without type 2 diabetes to do it. People in normal ranges. And I do worry that the conclusions we make from that, especially if you consider your glucose response will be different. If you exercised last night, have your breakfast today, you could have the same breakfast. The exercise will make a difference, even if you exercised yesterday, maybe even 2 days ago. Your postprandial response, which is your glucose response after you eat, can be different for 2 whole days. Like that's significant. And yet we're making real key choices on this. So wanted to share that, as I've had a few questions about that over the last few weeks, actually, and months, actually. So I hope that helps. I'm going to link to the study as well. There's a link to join our waiting list, by the way, for January, for our January Kickstart, around here somewhere. And I'll also put a link to the study as well. Hope that helps. Have an awesome Tuesday. Losing track of days now. And any questions, let me know. Feel free to share this if someone needs to know this as well. And let's keep sharing good information, quality information. Be critical. Ask questions. Be critical of everyone, even me, especially me. And I'll see you later.